Hello, friends. Welcome to Take Two for this Thursday, the 14th of November, 2019. I'm Jeannie. So glad to be with you, and I'm glad you decided to come along for the ride. Well, it's really funny, very interesting thing that's happened. We had the single most brutal summer. It was crazy. It was hundreds and 80s, all like for months and months in a drought. I have talked about this before, and then when it rained, we were so relieved and all that sort of thing. But here's the thing that's very interesting about this, and that is that suddenly, and I remember when I did my Take Twos about suddenlies, things happen suddenly. Well, this was one of those times where it went from being brutally hot, horrible temperatures of just roasting, and everybody and his cousin complaining on Facebook and social media about how hot it was. I'm ready for s'mores and bonfires and woolly blankets. How about you? Things like that, okay? And then suddenly, there was no autumn here in Southeast Alabama. It went from being brutally hot, totally scorched. Suddenly, it went down to 20s at night and 40s in the day. Now, this is a cold front rolling through, and anyone who's lived in Southeast Alabama for any extended period of time, like us, we've been here almost 23 years now, 22 and a half years now, knows better and knows that this is not forever. This is maybe just this long it's going to last. Maybe a few days, maybe just enough time to put on some winter clothes, maybe wear a turtleneck, have a scarf around your neck, maybe even pull out some woolly gloves, put on your Ugg boots that you paid $200 for. But here's what happens. The same ones who have been complaining and moaning and kvetching for the last several months about when is this heat going to go away, suddenly, they get this nice little crisp air, a little bit of cool. It's actually quite cozy to snuggle up with a little wubby blanket at night. But suddenly, these people are complaining and moaning about it being too cold. I went out in public this morning and with other people around me, and that was the topic of conversation. Oh, Burr, it's so cold. I hate this. I don't like the cold. Shut up, for crying out loud. It's cold, yes, but not for long. And I couldn't stand it anymore. And I went up to a group of complete strangers and I said, you know what? At least we're not in Minneapolis or Fargo. That's a summer's day for them when it's only 29 degrees. My point is this. So many people complain and just don't like it. They don't like it hot, they want it cold. They get it cold, they don't want it cold, they want it hot. Just like, you know what? It's seasons that change. That happens. And sometimes they're short and sometimes they're longer. It depends on where you've chosen to live in this world. But let me say this, boys and girls. There are also many seasons in our personal lives that come and go. There are seasons in our lives that change. We have situations that are uncomfortable sometimes, and it might have to go for an extended period. And then we might have situations that are just short term, but we still don't like it, and we just have to go through it. There are seasons for everything. Do you remember that song years ago? Turn, Turn, Turn was the name of the song. And it's a season for cold, a season for hot, a season to laugh, a season to cry, a season for this, that, and the other. That's actually right out of the Bible. It's in the book of Ecclesiastes, written by King Solomon, and he says the same thing. There's seasons for everything. We've got good stuff and bad stuff that's going to go on, and very often it happens suddenly. Like we would normally gradually go from hot to warm to cool to cold, but occasionally it goes from hot to cold. Boom. It's like you turn on a faucet, turn the other one on, turn the other one off, and it's that quick. Well, guess what, boys and girls? Life is full of them. So this is what I say to you. Put on your big boy and big girl bloomers and deal with it. Because sometimes there's various seasons in our lives and we've just got to go through them. But you know the good news about it? At the end of the rough season, always, you roll into a good one. And sometimes rolling into the good season is suddenly too. Now go out and be a blessing to somebody today. You may end up being the only one who is. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Jeanne Sigler, JeanneSigler, and hit the subscribe, the notification bell, and you'll be notified every time another Take Two is posted. And sometimes it's suddenly. Now listen, you guys, have a great day. Have a terrific Thursday. And tomorrow is Friday, and it is my Unsung Hero of the Week. So make sure you tune in. And I do have to say this. Hi, Roger. I see you're tuning in right now live. Yes, there are seasons of change in our lives. Thank you for your input there. Sometimes we have seasons of change. Actually, for me, it's been one continual season of change after another. Sometimes there's more than 4 of them in a year. As opposed to winter, fall, spring, summer. Thank you, Roger. I appreciate that word. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow for our Unsung Hero, okay? I love you all very much. Bye-bye.